Let's look at a big example of a rational equation. So, this is pretty much like if I'm going to see stuff that's examined or tested, this is a really great example because it kind of has everything in it. So, we have x over x minus 6 minus 8 over x plus 4 is equal to 80 over x squared minus 2x minus 24. So remember, first thing we need is the common denominator of the three rational expressions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to factor the denominator of this last fraction so that it's in factors, so it's easy for us to find the least uh, common denominator. So what is the least common denominator here? Well, I see 1x minus 6 and 1x minus 4. That is at most what I see in each individually one of these. So we're going to multiply this together, and there's my common denominator. If we're kind of shortcutting this, remember we're going to multiply both sides of this by that x minus 6, x plus 4. And when we do that, that denominator is, or that common denominator is going to multiply to both of the rationals and kind of end up in the numerator of both of these things. So the shortcut way to think about that is to just put that common denominator into the numerator of all three of the rational expressions. So we're going to get x over x minus 6 times, in the numerator, x minus 6 x plus 4 minus 8 over x plus 4. And in the numerator, when we distribute, that'll be x minus 6 x plus 4. And we'll get 80 over x minus 6 x plus 4. And remember, this is really ugly for a minute, but it's going to end up pretty. So that x minus 6 x plus 4 ends up in the numerator again. But what happens if we start looking at these individual rationals? Well, the x minus 6, the x plus 4, and the x minus 6 and x plus 4 are going to divide out to 1 and cancel out in those three, and we'll be left with x times x plus 4 minus 8 times x minus 6 is equal to 80. A nice quadratic that we can just quickly distribute and collect like terms and solve. So we'll distribute the x and the negative 8, get everything on one side and collect like terms, and that gives us x squared minus 4x minus 32. Everything ends in a quadratic. We said that earlier. So how do I solve quadratics? You're going to want to first try to factor. This one does factor to x minus 8, x plus 4. So our two possible answers are x equals 8 and x equals negative 4. But remember, in a rational, you always want to check your answers. So if I take 8 and plug it into these denominators, 8 minus 6, that's not 0. 8 plus 4, that's not 0. And okay, so that one's a good answer, but look at the negative 4 in this one. What is negative 8 divided by negative 4 plus 4? That would be 8 divided by 0. So the minus 4 is an extraneous answer, and our only answer to this question will be 8.